What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wnba Dfs here to bring you a WNBA slate breakdown for the 2-game WNBA slate. I'm gonna be very honest. This video is super late because I kind of wasn't gonna do one, just because, of course, NFL is back. I was really looking into stuff for NFL, especially the props and stuff coming up. Just trying to get back into the flow of everything for that. But I know one of the things that this channel has been built on and is based on is just my coverage that I have done for the WNBA. So I would be wrong if I didn't actually cover the sport that I initially started doing, of course, and that I've covered so heavily, and what has actually helped build up my following and stuff on this platform. So with further ado, let's go ahead. Let's try to break this down. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any content drop over here on the channel. And drop a like on this video, or any of my other videos help you guys win some money. Let me know down in the comment section anything that you want to see come to the channel, more coverage or things like that that you guys actually do enjoy, so I do know what exactly you as the viewer, the consumer, actually wants to see videos of, so I can actually put those videos out over here, because I don't want to just be beating a dead horse and not giving any content that is actually worthy. You know, the market is full of people that talk about almost pretty much the same thing here, there, everywhere, but I want to be not necessarily just different, but give you guys something that you're actually coming to actually see, that you want to actually enjoy. So, starting out, as always, injury report: Seattle, nothing. New York, Liberty, they shouldn't have anything. They've been off for the last 6 days. They haven't played a game since August the 30th. And, of course, that last game they played was going up against the Seattle Storm. So, this is kind of one of those home type games for them, if you want to count it as that. For the Washington Mystics side, Shakira Austin, she's already been ruled out. And then for the Phoenix Mercury, Rebecca Allen's out, and then Osborne is out as well. I know right now it shows the starting lineup with, well, Cloud is in it. Cloud is back. So Cloud will be playing. She served her suspension, so she's good to go. We'll see the full squad. And, of course, Cloud will be going up against her former team and the Washington Mystics as well. You know, NFL season is back by the prize pool that we now have over here on DraftKings. Right now, first place wins $2K. This is $10K fadeaway, like what we've normally had as the prize, as the prize, top prize, but it's $2K to first today. So if you guys don't have a DraftKings account, you want one, make sure you guys check the link down in the description below so you guys can get that deposit match bonus. Join me over here on DraftKings. As you all can see, they are definitely pushing and promoting for NFL since it is actually back. I honestly don't know what to say. I myself, I'm not going to be playing the showdown tonight. I'm going to actually just enjoy the game. Just enjoy the fact that we actually have football back. I do have some props and stuff I've already listed and posted up on the site. As always, if you guys are looking for that content, not only my stuff, but BK Jorsa as well. Jorsa has built out a ton of builders for tonight's games. If you're definitely playing on the books and you want to build that bankroll, build up your money, definitely check that out as well. It's $5. Link for the Patreon is down in the description below. So, looking at it, getting to it, starting out with Seattle, looking at them on their side. Up at the top, of course, we got Nneka, Loy, Skylar, Ezzy, and Gabby. That's going to round out the starting lineup. Gabby had a pretty good game in that last game out, 27 fantasy points after pretty much not doing anything in her last couple of games. Don't mind going right back to her. 22 minutes in that game, 6,400 is the price tag. Got to drop down in her price. Really, when I look at it on the slate, period, my whole overview and how I'm looking at it, there's not too much value that I want to actually get to. I understand that, yes, we have the Washington Mystics on the slate. Yes, we could possibly mess with some of them, but they're playing a very deep rotation. You can obviously see that they are not necessarily trying to win games. They look very just and to be running a 13-woman rotation this deep into the season, it kind of makes it a little bit hard for me to really want to choose mess with that. I really do feel like going with balanced build is probably how we're going to have to go ahead and start attacking a lot of these games, more so as we continue to end out the season. Now, with that being said, looking at it on this side, from the Seattle side, Gabby would be one of those players that I would consider as a decent value play that we can go to, because we know, one, she's going to be a starter. Seattle is in the playoff contention and playing for a playoff spot. They got to go ahead and tighten up these rotations. Gabby being back, getting herself worked in. Looked very good in that last game. We already do know we typically can attack New York with opposing guards. Gabby, she is someone that I do consider a guard outside of Skylar and Lloyd. Definitely don't hate or as we can see, mind her in this position spot, because, again, put up some pretty decent numbers in 22 minutes. In 22 minutes to go out there and actually give us 27 fantasy points, over a fantasy point per minute, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 11 points. It looks very good. I definitely do not mind going to her at all. Outside of that, Nneka, she would be the next one I would consider. Right there, 34 minutes, she dropped 35 fantasy points, pretty much a fantasy point per minute. And then in the first game that they played going up against New York, out there, she went and where is that game versus New York? The first one, we actually cannot see that game log anymore. Oh, wow. That sucks. Well, I will pull it up on my phone. Or actually, she probably just didn't play in that first game, now that I think about it. First game going up against New York, she did not play. So yeah. NECA, don't mind going right back to her. 10K, 10-2, that's not bad. I do feel like Ezzy, this is a matchup right here that I don't want to play Ezzy in. Going up against them last time, only 10.75 fantasy points. Yes, she could definitely come back out here and have a bounce back spot. But at 8-3, that very much is the GPP option that you can go to. Very sure she will be low owned. Not someone that's really sticking out on my radar. Normally, I do like to personally attack New York with the opposing guards. So Lloyd, Skylar, and Gabby Williams, those are the main primary ones that I do want to get to. Skylar, she has very much been in her offensive bag over the last several games, scoring at a pretty good clip. The defense, we already know that's always going to be there for her. As long as she actually continues to give us the assists, she will put up some pretty good numbers whenever she's out there on the court. As you can see, in that last game against New York, she put up 42 fantasy points. Now, I'm not going to say she's going to go out here and do it again, but strong indication, 9,400, 6K off of Jewel Lloyd. I will take that any day of the week. Now, you can go to Lloyd as your GPP option, definitely right there. 29.25 fantasy points in that last game, 37 minutes. She's going to be out there. She's going to play. Don't mind going to that, but I much rather would prefer Skylar Diggins-Smith if I had to choose. Now, everyone else over here, only one off the bench that would give me some interest, of course, would be Samuel Whitcomb, because we know she can come in, she can light it up, depending on what the game is actually needing from her. 10 minutes, 6.5 fantasy points going up against them in the last game. Not really too much over there that sticks out. Going to the other side on New York, Stewie. Now, of course, I'm high on Stewie. I want to play Stewie. This is going to be the day, as always, like I always say, if I'm high on one of the two bigs for New York, take the other one. I'm high on Stewie. Jonko Jones is going to go out here and have a pretty big day. That's always what happens. Every single time I do this. So I'm giving you guys the heads up, giving you the warning. It's more than likely going to be JJ that will go out here and smash. But Stewie, in the two games going up against them, she has actually played pretty decently. That last game, she played very well going up against them in 35 minutes, dropped 48.75 fantasy points. And then the first game going up against them, 33 minutes, 41.75 fantasy points. So going up against the former team, she actually has played very well. She's one of the players that I do actually like for today, 19.5 points. She's covered that in both games. Don't mind going right back to, well, correction. She covered that in one out of the two. Yeah, one out of the two games that she's played going against them this season. But I still do actually like her for the upside just because she will have the rebound. She can also play on the defensive side. 11-2, that would be pretty much your primary spend up that you can go to today. Outside of wanting to play, maybe Brittney Griner would be the other play that I really am pretty high on for today as well. Outside of Stewie and JJ, of course, being with the two bigs. Sabrina, I don't mind going to her as well. I do think this is going to be a bit of a... Maybe they keyed more into her this time. She had 8 assists, 8 rebounds, dropped 25 points. Finally got into rhythm after being pretty much mid, coming back from her neck injury that she had that made her miss some time. Don't mind looking at her. 33 minutes, 47 fantasy points in that last game, and then 34 minutes, 33 fantasy points in the first matchup. She has covered her assist line in both games that she has played versus them. That's why I actually do have her assist at 4.5. Love the over on that one right there. She's clear as day. Going to play the minutes. If they're playing around with Sloot's minutes, once again, Sloot only plays 16 minutes. Of course, defensive liability. You will tend to see Sloot be pulled. I don't mind going to Sabrina, especially for that assist upside that she has. Typically, whenever I do run one of New York's bigs, I do tend to run it back with the guard, which would be either Sabrina or Laney, whenever Laney's been out there in that starting lineup. That normally be what I would go out there and run. Now, outside of that, Baby Sabally, of course, we've seen her. She's been getting consistent burn, consistent run in minutes. Do not mind going to her as well as a possible value play, but 5.5, I will admit that is a bit steep for her. Very steep, actually, in order to play for a line. Outside of that, Laney, with all the time off, she's pretty much back in full swing, back into the rotation completely. No restrictions or anything for her. Don't mind going to her. That $6,500 price tag. If I'm going to be paying up in regards to a role player over here from New York, I would rather get over here to Laney, 65 over the 5.4 for Baby Sabally. That definitely would be where I would rather go to. And of course, like I said, Sabrina. You can take a stab at Phoebich, but 72, I'd rather just go ahead and come down to Laney if I do have to choose. And then everyone else over here, that's just really just taking a gamble. On the Washington Mystics side, I'm going to be very honest with you. The only player that sticks out to me, and of course she's been balling, she's seen her minutes tick up consistently over the last several games, is Emily. She's sitting at 7,700, rightfully so, after dropping again 43 fantasy points going up against my Dallas Wings. If you watched that last video in that breakdown, I did say out of all these players, I wouldn't be surprised if Emily went out there and she had another smash day. Like, that would probably be one of the value plays you can go to. And sure enough, Emily went out there and she had a pretty good and smash day going up against us. The only problem with everyone else over here in Washington, the minutes, again, like I said, the minutes are just so erratic. As you can see, they're playing mid to low 20 minutes. They have nothing to play for. There's no reason really for these players to be out here on the court. That's why I'm very hesitant to even want to take anyone from the Washington Mystics side. If you can get the Washington Mystics correct, that is what's going to actually help you win anything on today's slate. right now, to me, I do feel the safest might be Emily. If we think that maybe Sykes, Atkins, them, they can possibly talk coach like, yo, we're trying to play going up against our former teammate. We're trying to go out here and have a good time. Maybe I can see going to Sykes. Maybe I can see getting up to Atkins. These are very much firmly GPP options, GPP plays, because, again, to go from playing 30 minutes to 26, 21, 19 in a close game, what are we doing? I can't trust it. The production in the minutes, they're just not there. So very much it is a gamble. If I'm making multiple lines, I would prioritize maybe having some Washington pieces, just because this game to me is the better of the two games on the slate. Definitely should have some fantasy goodness from this one. I do like the upside for a couple of players over here. Going over here to the Phoenix Mercury side, love BG. No matter who they put, Aaliyah Edwards not going to be able to stop her. Emily definitely not going to be able to stop her. She's going to have to try to stretch the floor if she wants to. Outside of that, this should honestly be barbecue chopped chicken for BG to go out here and have a good day. In 29 minutes, she dropped 34.25 fantasy points in one of the matchups, and I know they played twice. Don't see the other one, but she only played them once. But BG, she just smashed in the one game that she did play going up against them at 10-5. I'll take the upside that she can actually bring me over here. Not really messing with Copper. Natasha Cloud actually going up against her former team. She's played them, of course, well. What do you expect? Players with chip on the shoulders, they go out here and they ball out. 36 minutes, she dropped 47.75 fantasy points in that game. And then the game prior to that, she played 30 minutes. She dropped 39.75. Double-double in both games. 10 assists in both games. So I do like the upside for Natasha Cloud at that 9K price tag. Let you come up off of the Skylar Diggins-Smith, off of the Jewel Lloyd, and things like that nature. So the upside is definitely there. Outside of that, DT, I do have a sneaky play in suspicion for her. I like her upside. She has had, the last 2 days off. So Wnba Dfs, she should be fresh and good to go to come out here and play close to 28 to 30-ish minutes, depending on how close the game is. Hopefully she can actually shoot better than 3 of 12, 1 of 7 from 3. That definitely will be needed and expected for her. Last time going up against them, 28 minutes, she dropped 33.75 fantasy points. And then the first game, she went out there and she played 29 minutes and dropped 29.5 fantasy points. So she has had some success going up against them, and I do like the upside. Besides that, Rebecca Allen, of course, she's questionable. If Mo Billings is still getting starter treatments or maybe a decent run, I could see mess with Mo Billings. But primarily for me, Cloud, Griner, DT, Copper is very, very GPP play for me. I really am not too high on Copper, not too high on Cunningham as well either. So yeah, that's what I say. It's a very ugly slate. This is probably another reason why I really don't want to even break it down and look at it, because to me, there's not too much upside in wanting to even play this slate right here. It's the prize pool is small. It's not even worth playing in my eyes. To go ahead and toss in $15, I'd rather go ahead and play the Millie Maker in NFL or something like that. So good luck to everybody if you guys are going to play this right here. As I said before, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any content. Let me know down in the comment section what stuff do you actually want to see, including for the NFL season and the NBA. Both of those things are, NFL is here. And I'm still figuring out what content to put out for NFL. Right now, I seem like I'm going to be focusing more on the props for NFL, which I do have some stuff cooking. Been paying attention to stuff all week. Starting to post my plays up on the Patreon as well. If you are trying to see that, make sure you guys check the link down in the description below for that. Builders and everything will be posted over there on the Patreon full list. I am still considering on whether or not to just do the YouTube membership and post all those things up there for people who just want to actually see it over here on YouTube and not worry about all the extra fluff stuff that comes over on the Patreon. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys want to see. Hopefully you guys cash out. Good luck to anybody that is actually playing tonight's slate. Peace.